Hi and welcome to this proof video. By the end of this video you'll see that I can get clients many different rankings, many different services in many different suburbs. So let me just give you a little bit of background about my philosophy. Now first of all, we like to rank for your main keyword and your main suburb, which is a given. But there are many different ways of saying your main service. For example, plumber could be plumber in Cairns, or Cairns plumber, best plumber in Cairns. So you've got many different permutations you can use, or different keywords. The second thing is, we like to then, once you're being found, is to start to find you in separate suburbs. So you're not just ranking for your main service in one suburb, you're ranking all over Google for different keywords, different suburbs, which makes a difference. Thirdly, we like to hone in on your biggest paying service. For example, a plumber may have keywords such as emergency plumber, plumbing services, leaky taps, all that sort of stuff, which is good, and we go after those sort of keywords. But also a plumber has a very profitable service in block drains. So once we target block drains, we find out what service makes the plumber the most money, and in your case, what your service we would make the most money for. We then target that in your main suburb, then the surrounding suburbs, make sure it's showcased on the website, etc., etc. That can make a huge difference to your bottom line. Now, here's a big difference that a lot of people don't think about between Facebook and Google. A Facebook lead is good for a lot of industries, but not all industries, and vice versa. But what you've got to understand about a Facebook lead is some of the people are at the top of they're ready to buy, but a lot of people aren't in the buying cycle at that stage. Whereas a lot of people in Google, they're in research stage. So once they're researching, you've got to be found in Google. You've got to be visible. So a researched person researching for a service is a lot more valuable, because they're a lot closer to the end result, and they're a lot closer to the buy, which is really, really important. And you shouldn't overlook that. So a Google lead, whether it's from maps, whether it's from a directory, and we'll show you some directory results, or YouTube, or whatever, or inner pages, or the home page. We can rank them all, and in fact we do. Now, if you bear with me, I'm going to go through a few results, and you'll see the results are typically between position 1 and position 5, and these certainly are no means all the results. We've got a lot more results than this, and but we want to show you that we know what we're doing, and we can do the same for you. So we'll start off in the smash repairs industry, because we've got a few clients, and we look here, Abbotsford smash repairs. My client is number 2, number 3, and number 4. Now, this is what a YouTube video looks like in search results. So it stands out. It's the one that stands out. The thumbnail stands out. And also people can click on the phone number, especially on mobile, without even having to click on the website. So you can actually call from this number and call the business directly for a quote, which is really handy. You can call straight from there. Then another permutation is smash repairs Abbotsford. You can see here we've got number 2 and number 3 there, and Abbotsford panel beaters, number 2, 1, and 3, and 4. Collingwood smash repairs, which is an example of a surrounding suburb, which we spoke about, position 3. Kensington, another client, is North Melbourne area, position 1. Heavy vehicle accident repairs in northern suburbs of Melbourne. Q, that's an example of number 1 in the maps. Brooklyn smash repairs in Victoria, not New York, number 1. Brooklyn. Q accident repair centre, number 1 is number 1 under Q accident repair, and so is a mobile, and so is a Facebook. So we ranked 3 things there. So not just one result, we've got 3 of the top 3. So which kicks out their opposition. Best smash repairs in Port Melbourne. So we go down here and we see South Melbourne about number 4 or 5. So that's another client. Best prestige. And the word best, a lot of people are looking for best now. It's a very important keyword to rank for. That's number 1 in Google. Panel beating South Melbourne, that's number 1. Best panel beating in by Morris, we're number 3, but it's actually the first website. These are directory sites. People don't tend to click on the directory sites when they see a website. Best car body repairs South Melbourne, number 1 there. Plus are they in the maps? No, they're not. Garden Vale, you know, there we are, number 1 and 2. Let me just quickly get through some of these. Insurance repairs, a different sort of angle, but it still works, number 1 and 2. Insurance repairs in South Bank, number 1 and 2. Accident repairs in St Kilda East, and they are number, what's that number? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 and 5. That's pretty good. Luxury car repairs in Bentley. Good, very good car keyword, number 1 there in Google. Crash repairs in Port Melbourne, number 4. Commercial smash repairs Docklands, number 1. Best commercial repairs in Moorabbin, number 1. You can see there. By Morris Sports Car Repairs Company, number 1. Number 2, pretty good. Albert Park crash repairs, number 1. Number 2, that's an ad, that doesn't count. Corporate panel beating St Kilda, number 2. And South Wharf, number 1, number 2, etc. South Bank, number 1, number 2. Best accident repairs in Camberwell, number 1 in the maps. That's an example of a number 1 in the maps. Accident repairs in Kew, number 1, 2, and that, I think that's their listing too, 3. Camberwell smash repairs, number 2, and number 1 in the maps. Now, another industry in New South Wales, Ballina shipping containers, number 1 in Google, one of my clients. Ballina towing, same company, they're number 1 in the maps, number 1 in Google. Same company, Ballina towing, different website from the shipping containers, but still same result. Ballina tow trucks, number 1 there. And look what comes up there in the maps. Hawkesbury tow trucks. Now, this is a little trick. I've got 3 or 4 websites I'm ranking here. Here's one of them. This is another one of their websites. So they're just dominating the first page. So the more you dominate under different websites, the less your competition's in there. Windsor Richmond Towing. Windsor Richmond, about us. And then there's a thumbnail, which will rank in the video again. Hawkesbury City Towing, again, number 1 in Google. Hawkesbury Riverboat Towing, they're number 2 in the maps. That's another name of theirs. And I believe that these WordPress sites is all about is from them. So that's an example of us ranking something that's not a website, it's a directory, it's a third party. Now, full disclosure here, Aubrey Commercial Cleaning is my brother's website. He's number 2, but he's the first website there. You can see that's Yellow Pages, so that's a pretty profitable keyword to be ranking under. Commercial Cleaning, Aubrey Wodonga. Twin Cities there, a lot of people search that term. Again, he's the first website there, surrounded by directories. Gets a lot of his business from the internet. Good friend of mine, David Gould, Wodonga Tilt Panel Homes, number 1, number 2, and here's some images showing up. So not only they're ranking for Tilt Panel Homes, which is he does a great job if you're ever interested, and he's ranking the images as well. Now this is Aubrey, not Wodonga, number 1, number 2. We've got him floor sanding Gold Coast. My client, been with me for many years, he's number 3 in the maps, but number 1 in Google. And he's had his opposition trying to knock him off for years and years, and he's still number 1. Now, Gold Coast floor sanding, so the other way around, but people still search it, and guess what? Number 1 in Google. And you can still call from here without even having to call the website, without having to bring up the website. And Gold Coast floor sander, he's number 3 in the maps, but number 1. So, and these are the major keywords, not the minor keywords for the Gold Coast. And this is him giving me a testimonial a couple of years ago, in 2018. It's now 2020, and he's still ranking great. He's still a VIP customer of mine, and if you're on the Gold Coast, highly recommend his service as well. So if you want these results for your business or similar results, head over to Australian Local Marketing, and there'll be a link in the contact area. Go to this drop down menu, the SEO discovery page. Click on there, and you'll see, you'll be on this page, it'll say SEO discovery page, and here's how we can help. Once again, we show you some proof from multiple listings in Google. Now, just fill out your name, your email, your phone number, your website, and hit the next button. It'll take you through. There's about 3 or 4 pages to fill out. So the type of client that we work with is someone that wants to get results, wants higher visibility in Google, wants to dominate, wants to kick out their opposition out of Google, wants to make more money online and be more profitable and have more success. And that's the type of client we're looking for. If you think you fit into this category, then please fill this form out. Please go to Australian Online Marketing, go to SEO discovery page. If you need a new website, you can go to the website, or something. If you want social media, you can go there and fill that out as well. But in this case, for SEO, just come here, fill it out. We'll jump on board with you. We'll find out what you need, how we can best come up with a strategy that works for you, fits with you, and we're probably a bit more affordable than you think. So jump on, and I'll be glad to have you as a customer. And thanks for your time. And we've got plenty more results. If you need more proof, we can certainly give you more proof. Thank you for your time.